In this video, I'm going to go through the process of creating the pressure plate for Lab 7 Sheet 2. We're going to start off by creating the model. I'm going to select the front plane, open and extrude on it. Then we need to draw two concentric circles. One's going to have a 128 millimeter diameter, and then the inner will have a 25 millimeter diameter. So let's select that. Right now it says 4 inches. We're going to type 128 millimeters. Hit enter. This one we're going to do 25 millimeters. If we want to avoid that, we could have selected a metric part to begin with, or select Tools, Options, Document Properties, Units, and switch it over to millimeters. So there I have my first part for extrusion. Select Extrude, set that height to 7 millimeters, and notice since I converted it to millimeters, now I'm in millimeters. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the support ridge that goes up through the center of the bosses. That's going to be an extrude. It's going to start on this top surface. Select the circle command again, and I'm going to draw the inner and outer circles respectively. If you look at your drawing, the outer one's the easy one. That one is 85 millimeters. The inner one is more difficult because it's given as a thickness, but and that can confuse some people because there's also a bolt center dimension on your part. Now there I selected 70, which is incorrect. I'm going to hit cancel there, go back at Smart Dimension tool again, and set up my distance between the two as 5. That's correct now. If we look at our detail B on the drawing, you're going to see that the total height of this pressure plate is 37 millimeters. We're going to make an extrusion that's 30 millimeters high, since our base plate is already 7 millimeters high. So check OK. We've got that in place now. That actually should be 12 millimeters. That's an incorrect dimension. So set that to 12. I'll hit the rebuild button. Now that's the correct height. My total bosses are 30 millimeters high. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go get an extrude again, select this face, and draw two concentric circles to represent the spring tower bosses on this pressure plate. I'm going to hit the control key and select the right plane.
We got cut off.
I'm going to hit the control key and select the right plane. If you have the arc selected, it will make it tangent. So you want to have the center of the circle selected. Get the right plane selected, select coincident, put on our dimensions. Our through-hole dimension is 15, and our outer dimension is 27, and our center off of the plane is going to be half of 70, so that's 35. That gives us our location for our boss. So now that extrusion is going to be 30 millimeters high. So 30 millimeters is already in there. Check OK. Now if you notice, we've got a little bit of the support rim for the spring tower inside there. So I'm going to select the top surface, hit Cut Extrude. I want to use the Convert Entities tool on the inside edge. I'm going to convert that, do an extruded cut, select Through All under Direction 1, and now I've got a cut that goes through everything. The last thing I need to do with this is select the fillet command. I'm going to put a 2 millimeter fillet on the top surface and side surface of that boss. And then I will check OK. I'm also going to put a fillet on the top of this plate here. I'll check OK for that one. Then I'm going to do a linear pattern. So I'm going to select circular pattern on the drop-down menu. I need to turn on my temporary axes. That gives me a center reference for this. I'm going to select equal spacing. In the part drop-down menu, I want to unselect that last fillet. Select the cut and the boss. And fillet 2 should not be part of this. Fillet 2. Then I want 6 of these. I'll check OK. And then the last fillets that I have to add to this are on the outside edges of the pressure plate. Select those. And at this point we're done with the model. The next thing I'm going to do, I go to File, Make Drawing from Part. I need to save this guy. I'm going to drop that right onto my desktop. You'd want to save it to your flash drive. Select my CAD 154 drawing template. I'm not going to use the view palette for this selection. I'm going to go Edit Sheet, Model View, double click on Part 1. I'm going to bring in the current model view. That's a isometric view that'll be up in the top. You can click on that and make sure I select the shading options for it. Then I'm going to go to Model View again, double click on the part, bring in the front view, place that. Now my front view has tangent lines shown on it. I can delete that view, go up to Tools, Options, Drawings, Display Style, and under Tangent Edges and New Views, select Remove. Now if I go to put it in, those tangent edges should not show up. There you go. So there you got a nice clean drawing. Our front view's in place. The next thing I'm going to do is a section view. That's up here under the section view tool. I'll select that. Come down, pick up the center of the circle, then I'm going to go up, select, drop down, and create my section view A. Over here in the property manager, I can flip the direction of that. Check OK. Then I'm going to get a detailed view. It's going to let me zoom in on just one of the spring tower bosses for this pressure plate. I'm going to place that detailed view. We go back to Annotation, select Smart Dimension. Then I'm going to zoom in and dimension the different features I have here. So my dimensions are showing up in ISO format. To fix that, Tools, Options, Document Properties, switch this to ANSI. You can also switch this to display as diameter, so that matches that one on our drawing. My Smart Dimension tool is still open. Zoom in, select this arc, come up, and for that one, that's our 85. Display that one as a diameter. The center, that one I'm going to add a note to, just saying that that is a through dimension. I don't want the leader line for that to be on top of my section line. That would be poor etiquette. I'm going to select the inner diameter there and put my times 6. And then the outer diameter of our boss, we select our 27. That also gets a times 6. The last one I need is down in this corner. That's the thickness of the rim. I'm going to place that dimension. Then I need to show the dimension for the height of the center rib, and that's showing up as 19. I'm going to change my selection on that. I didn't get the right edge, so we'll get that one, there's my 12. Come up to my detail view up in this corner, pick up my radius, add my typical note for that. Don't forget the space. And the only other dimensions I have up on that view are the overall height of 37, so that should show up as 37. And then the thickness of the pressure plate of 7. Alright, so that should be all of the dimensions on the part. You're going to want to save that as a PDF file.